What's up, guys? Welcome to Kinda Funny's Toy Story in Review. That's right. We are ranking and reviewing every single movie in the Toy Story franchise. That intro was a lot of fun.
God, Cameron Kennedy.
I'm going to say this. That intro is way better than whatever is going to come afterward. This show's not going to be that good.
That's you guys can click off now.
Unrealistic
you saw the best that this gets.
Like, I've seen the intro before, and I just watched it play, and I was like, oh, that was really good. Oh, now it's us.
Yeah.
Now
well, Andy, also shout out to you for the set. I love this.
Oh, yeah,
what a fun little departure.
Just a Google image, yeah. But then I added the ball in there. But then I was like, well, the ball isn't Toy Story, it's Pixar. And Belinda was like, yeah, it is Pixar, it's not Toy Story.
But it's in Toy Story.
It's just
it's in every Pixar movie.
Toy Story colored, you know.
Yo, shout out to them. They name him Woody.
Yeah, they did. Like we got Craig Miller, everybody. We got Nick Scarpino. We got me, Tim Gaze. We got Andy Cortez. And joining us for the first time on this show, Belinda Garcia.
Thank you.
Belinda, you hit me up. You slid in them DMs. You're like, hey, I got to get on this show.
The subject line was, hey, beautiful boy. So he's like, who
I
is
was like,
this?
what's going on here? She's like, I need to get on Toy Story in Review. And I was like, we got to make this happen. And here you are. You are the Pixar princess, as they like to call you in the streets. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
There you fucking go. There's gonna be a lot of
props.
Yeah, she brought props. She brought cups for us to have. The boot that's actually from Disneyland that you can drink out of. Nick was gonna, but he's a chicken.
It's a little dusty.
He said it didn't smell
I would
good.
have washed it. I would have cleaned it. I would have done it.
Yeah, you should have drank from
Do it now, coward.
Didn't you drink soda out of Thor's... Something when we went to go watch Thor Ragnarok, there was a big prop.
No, you drank Groot's head.
Oh, it was Groot's head.
There's popcorn in it. It's gross.
The key to drinking out of this is you got to turn it when it gets to the bubble.
Oh, look, it's Andy on the bottom.
Unless you have a straw.
That's you.
Do you guys have straws?
No, we don't. Well, maybe Kevin does, but who would do that? We want to be like, grog, you know what I mean?
This is Toy Story in Review. For the next 4 weeks, we are going to be reviewing every single Toy Story movie. That's right. Number 1, number 2, number 3, leading into number 4 in theaters. A lot of you might be asking, but guys, X-Men Dark Phoenix is coming out this week. We'll review that after a couple things. I'm thinking maybe late July, early August.
Right, yeah, it's after Spider-Man even.
So we're doing Toy Story, we're doing Spider-Man, we're doing Lion King, the animated, and then the 2019 version. And then it's Dark Phoenix time, and then it's Hobbs and Shaw time.
Okay.
Whoa.
Exciting.
Did you put Spider-Man in there? Did you say Spider-Man?
I did.
Okay. Because I'm excited for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's gonna be
the thing about X-Men, of course, we did X-Men in review. Turns out, no, we're not. Nobody's excited for that.
No.
None of us. We are all very much like, oh God, it's back.
We're gonna do it though. We're gonna do it because that's the type of people we are.
It's like when it comes back every 25 years or whatever.
That's exactly what it's like.
It's like, new X-Men movie.
Here we go. You can get the show live, twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames at 11 a.m. every Tuesday, or you can get it later as a video on youtube.com/kindoffunny or roosterteeth.com. You can also get it as a podcast. Just search for Kinda Funny Reviews. And while I'm talking about all this stuff, we have a new show. We Have Cool Friends. We'd really appreciate it if you checked that podcast feed out. Just search for We Have Cool Friends. Like it, give it the 5 stars, give it the thumbs up. I don't even know exactly what Apple uses anymore. They got rid of iTunes and it broke my heart.
They use podcast, Apple Podcasts.
Use that app, ranking service they use.
They got stars. They got stars.
Give them all the good stuff though. You know what I mean?
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Give me some of that good stuff.
Like the YouTube video.
Today we're talking about
Devin Sawa.
Toy Story. Released on November 22nd, 1995.
How old was everybody?
2.
5.
15.
I was 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a year old.
I was 12. I was 12.
Did you guys watch this in theaters?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I definitely had the VHS. I assume I went and saw it in theaters. I don't know.
It's very weird to me, obviously, being about 1,000 years older than everyone sitting at this table. This was just a movie that, like, yeah, absolutely, I saw it in theaters. I was probably 15. I probably went with my friends.
Well, you weren't alone, Nick.
The world changed.
Because it had a budget of $30 million and a box office of $373.6 million, which, again, nowadays doesn't sound like that impressive.
From 50 to 300, though?
Well, okay, so from 30 to 333.
That's really great.
But in terms of just the box office, it's like, it's fine.
That's
number 1 of the year.
Yeah.
You don't understand. You're too young to understand. This is what we call the pre-9/11, because this also changed everything.
Whoa.
Yeah. Look, what we had before this, the only other fully animated movie we really had before this that was of this caliber was Tron, and that movie sucked.
No, I mean that was. I mean, we'll get to it. Obviously, deal. Watching this movie last night for the first time in I don't even know 20 years. How old am I? Oh, wow. It was definitely one of those of like, holy shit, this doesn't look good. But back in the day, you watch this and you're like, we're finally there. So the computers can make it.
Well, that was
Oh, no.
it was the first fully computer-generated full-length feature film. It's a lot of F's in there. Each frame took anywhere from 4 to 13 hours to complete.
Are we in the toy box trivia segment right now?
I told Andy come up with some good shit.
Yeah, did you figure out a closing one?
It was
already?
all mine, and
But you need a
I had
song,
no
though.
help with it. Nobody helped me with it at all. It was Joey.
Did you come up with a song, though?
Joey thought of it. We got some trivia. Some toy box trivia. And I'm sure that's like
Look in the box. There's some terrifying human eyes. Don't tell your mom. It gives
their
you
mouth
nightmares.
deformed so weird.
Oh my god! No, that's the thing. So I watched. We are preloading some content. So I watched this one and number 2 back to back, and oh my god, the difference between them.
Don't talk
That's
about future
only, like-
movies. No
See,
spoilers.
that's the thing. Get ahead of this. No future spoilers.
No
future
spoilers.
spoilers.
But just the. I want to talk about quality for a second.
And that's
like
just 4 years.
this is. I watched this and I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of like when someone does a tutorial in Blender, like the free 3D software that you can just download. It was like the shadows are very linear; they're not diffused at all. There's like
There's no
everything's so
ambient
shiny.
occlusion.
Yeah, no ambient occlusion whatsoever.
Volumetric
great.
fog.
And then you get to the second one, and the quality difference is so much better. The textures are a lot better. Everyone looks glossy in this one, and they figured out how to make things look like the appropriate level of plastic. Where like Bo Peep is very, very plastic. Woody has a little bit more of a dull sheen to him. So it's just really cool. Haven't quite, as of to, nailed dog fur yet. That's still terrifying, and the human eyes are still the shark's eyes still, but we're getting there.
It's
We're
the
getting
mouths,
there,
man. It's the jaws.
No,
and
it's
the
the
mouth.
eyes for me. They never blink, man. They're like that girl that made that blood documentary on HBO. She never blinks.
Never heard of it.
I know what you're talking about.
There's a weird thing, a little Easter egg here. What was it, Toy Box Trivia?
Toy box trivia.
Toy Box Trivia for you. That the characters never close both their eyes at once. I don't know why. But like someone on Reddit just found out that
Didn't have the technology.
when characters' eyes blink, it's just like they go back and forth, and like there's a bunch of gifs of like all the characters just like
That's terrifying. That's really terrifying.
But I thought it'd be fun to go through the top 10 movies of that year, just like we did with Aladdin. Number
fun.
1 was Toy Story.
Why don't
number
you go
2,
from 10 to 1? I don't get it.
Fine, number 10.
Thank you.
Can you do it like
Be excited for
5 to
one.
1,
Start 5 to 1,
6
and
to
then,
10?
Starting number 10, Die Hard.
6 to 10.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
I was like, wait, Die Hard came out that year?
Number
Then
9.
odd and then even.
Number 9, 7.
Oh, 7 was great.
What's in the box?
Number 8,
In the toy box.
Casper.
Hey, there we go.
Check out, we have
Friends.
friends.
Show.
So
Friend of the
Turns
show.
out the voice of Casper hates Devin Sawa. Who knew?
Yeah, find out more about that. Number 7, Jumanji.
Oh my god.
The original Jumanji.
Yeah. Robin Williams.
What a movie.
The better
Number
Jumanji.
6, Goldeneye.
Oh, yeah. Golden Eye.
Number 5,
Tina Turner
Ace
for you.
Ventura, When Nature Calls.
An abomination of a movie, sadly.
Getting out of when he gets out of the rhino's butt. Remember that?
Number
Oh my
4, Pocahontas.
Never saw it.
Ever? It's on Netflix.
Oh,
I'm a grown up.
wait, was that a nah? I'm kidding or nah? Never.
That's a series I've never seen Pocahontas all the way through.
You don't know about the colors of the wind?
No, of course I do. I was alive, and it was you couldn't turn on the radio or go to McDonald's without hearing about the colors of the
Go to a
fucking wind.
McDonald's. Like,
And I
you
will
couldn't be alive
and
and
I
go to
will
McDonald's.
give
That's
a
what
shout out to
Greg Bell used to
Pocahontas
do.
on this front. All right, did I buy the Pocahontas action figure? Yes, I did, because there wasn't enough in my superhero toys, enough gender variety there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I needed someone to be able to step in and be Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
I mean, somebody
true.
has to walk in and do it.
She was the original Wonder
Julia.
Woman. People saying.
Apollo 13.
Hell,
coming in at
that's a
number 3.
fucking
Great
flick
fucking
right
movie.
now. Can we do
Right.
Apollo 13
Ron Howard
interview?
coming in.
Batman Forever, number 2.
Oh,
And
that's
number 1, Toy Story. A runtime of 1 hour and 21 minutes, directed by John Lasseter, who's gotten into some shit the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But
Cleansed.
this was his directorial debut. He also did Toy Story. Well, he did this. He did Bug's Life. He did Toy Story 2. He did Cars. So it's like, okay, cool. You did a lot of good stuff. He also did Cars 2.
Yeah.
And for that, we will never forgive him.
Cars 2.
And also all the other
And all the other stuff.
Did a lot of other stuff.
What's
dude.
up, Barrett? Oh, you just made a noise.
It's crazy that
You got some shit to
Apollo
say about
13
peanut
is
M&Ms?
on there because the directors were talking about how they casted Tom Hanks while he was filming Forrest Gump and Apollo 13 and after Philadelphia. So like he hadn't like
Tom
Star.
fucking
yeah.
Hanks, man.
So they're like,
You know what I mean?
yes.
Dude, he had that moment where he was like, I want to be a real actor. And it kicked off with Philadelphia. And if you've never seen that movie, it is fucking
It's
riveting and very,
amazing.
very good. And
My
very,
first
very
reference
sad.
to it was Family Guy.
when they're doing the radio shock jock thing and they hit the wrong one. He goes, "Hey, you Beckett had AIDS," and they're all like just frozen. It's like the whole Denzel Washington's trial speech. Philadelphia, great movie.
It's a great,
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie. Forrest Gump, also a great movie. I cry.
Also true.
And as always, we're going to avoid future
Dazed and Confused
spoilers.
good
So we're
movie,
not
too.
talking about the future Toy Story movies unless it's very contextual to like Easter eggs and shit that makes sense.
Sure.
All right. It's a warning
I've already
to
broken that rule.
I know.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I apologize.
We're used to it.
Let's start with the plot.
Are we doing the thing again?
We'll
it's
make
Nick's
a
doing
plot out of you.
You'll make a plot out of me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting off with the brand new Walt Disney logo. Love it. This is the logo we have right now. It goes up. We see the Pixar with the lamp as well, and then we start in the clouds. Are we in the clouds? No, we're in the cloud wallpaper of Andy's bedroom. And I didn't even know we had our own Andy. I didn't put two and two together, but you know what?
My name is Andy.
You can play with me later. We're in Andy's room, and guess what? It's a stick up. Mr. Potato Head is sticking everyone up. Bo Peep calls for help because her sheeps are on the train track, and we get reach for the sky. Sheriff Woody is here. Obviously, Andy's playing with all these toys, and we're getting introduced to all of them one by one, including Andy's little sister's fucking terrifying baby eyes. That's how she's going to be referred to for the next 4
Everything
movies.
is terrifying about her. Like
Terrifying.
Yeah.
But they nailed the like baby. It's just there's the one scene like coming up where she's just like in the thing and she goes, ah. Like, that's a baby. That's a fucking baby.
Drool,
Never had
drool
them.
spittle coming off
Yeah.
of Mr. Potato Head when she has him.
Christ.
I love the lines where he's just like, just 3 it up.
Yeah, that's
Three it
good.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane. I put a bunch of notes on here on how rough the animation is, including Andy's eyes, but I guess I'll just stop talking about the eyes now. Okay.
Have you made
guys
your
get
point?
across.
Who knows?
It's Toy Story, not Human
knows?
Story.
Of course, we get
Here's
Andy.
the bigger question is what the fuck's going on in this house, all right? I get it, all right? Andy's mom, a single mother. The dad kicked to death by a mule, I assume. That's why Andy's like so into the fucking cowboy shit, right? They have a house, a multi-story house, right? What? How many rooms did the dad have that are haunted now they can't go into? They got the baby and Andy sharing a room. Like, give the baby its own room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let the baby grow. It's got to sit in there and see
baby had
Andy
its own
laying on
room.
the floor doing its what?
I thought the baby had its own.
No,
room.
it's in the
they
crib in Andy's room.
They share.
Oh, that's
Because
terrifying.
the mom's shoving him in there next to Sid Farkas's house or whatever. There's 15 other rooms. The dad kicked to death by a mule. Andy rubbing it in his mom's face all the time because he wants to be a cowboy and fucking play with the horses and the riding things. And the mom comes in, you know what she sees? She sees her husband's head caved in by this mule that kicked him to death at a petting zoo.
Mule still over in the corner eating snacks.
So, Greg, there is a fan theory that I would like to tell you about.
Oh, dude, there's all sorts of fan theories.
Andy's
I just gave
father's
you one.
Andy's father.
I'm a fan. Am I not a
Very
fan?
popular mule kick. Very popular on Reddit.
Wow.
Subreddits.
Wow. Andy's father's absence is never explained in any of the Toy Story movies. There are no photographs of him in the house, though there are several of Andy, his sister Molly, and their mother. One fan theory, posited by Jess Nevins and later by John Negroni in the Huffington Post, suggests that Andy's father abandoned the family. Nevins explains that if the father died, there would likely be photographs of him around the house. If the parents got divorced and Andy's mother won custody, it's unlikely that his every trace would be so deliberately removed from Andy's life. This led Nevins to draw the conclusion of paternal abandonment.
I thought you were going to say virgin birth.
Immaculate conception.
Yeah, artificial insemination.
But I mean,
It would also explain why the family's moving to a smaller home, perhaps facing financial distress after having the father leave them, and why Andy's mom is not wearing a wedding ring.
Yeah, you'd love to believe financial distress, but she's getting a house, she's buying Buzz Lightyear, she's taking him to Pizza Planet. All right, she's got money.
Oh yeah,
She's got money. It's just the ghost of the
Alimony.
father and the mule kick. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do it.
Where do we pick up, Nick?
back to the plot, ladies and gentlemen. We figure out obviously that Andy is, or Woody, excuse me, is Andy's favorite toy. That's very, very established and very important later when Andy gets a new toy at his birthday party, which we decide is today. It's supposed to be in a week, but everyone starts freaking out because guess what? They're moving. And so Mom, who played by Laurie Metcalf, by the way, very, very important, who was the sister on...
Very important.
Oh, Laurie Metcalf's awesome. She was the sister on
I'm
Roseanne.
unfamiliar. Who is this?
She was
Mother and Lady Bird.
She was the mother in Lady
She was
Bird.
Roseanne's sister in Roseanne.
She's awesome.
That one's a little bit older.
Sheldon's mom, I believe, maybe, in Big Bang.
Andy's little sister comes in, yada, 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 but he gets called out. And everyone lets know, or Woody lets everyone know the coast is clear, and boom.
She was the lawyer in Pacific Heights. I just watched that the
Wow,
other day.
okay. You know what? Everyone Google Laurie Metcalf.
Just look at the IMDb.
You're gonna get there. Woody, of course, is sort of the king of the crop here, like or king of the hill here. He's walking around. Everyone loves him. He's Sheriff Woody. We get introduced to all these great characters, including Rex, who tries to scare Woody, but is not quite there. Played by Wallace Shaw.
Jared Petty. Oh,
wow.
No, it's true. Yeah, it's
It
very
is
true.
very funny. We get the etch, which is awesome, where they do a quick draw on each other and etch
see,
draws,
and this
which
is
is
the
so
thing.
cool.
Already, this movie, moving so fast.
Yep.
The dialogue, fantastic. I love the writing, building the world, building these characters, the whole draw thing. I'm like, I just want to hang out with Etch a Sketch.
He draws it so well. I guess he says he's been practicing because initially when he does it and draws, he's like, "Oh man, you're getting better at it, right?" I thought he meant the speed at which he did it, but then later, of course, when he has the one about Buzz Lightyear, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
So, but it turns out probably he was complimenting.
Practicing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're also introduced to Bo Peep here, who has a is not afraid to show her affinity and affection for Woody.
Shout out to Bo Peep.
She's into it. Woody, of course, calls for a meeting and all the toys join around. And he uses Mr. Mike, which I love. The toy he has a loudspeaker thing. It's great. Talks about the agenda. Look at they're moving. Everyone needs to pick a moving buddy. There's only 1 week left before the move. Tuesday night, and then he says Tuesday night's plastic corrosion awareness night. Andy's birthday party has been moved to today. It kind of sneaks that in and everyone freaks out because we learn that Andy's birthday party is not just a birthday party. It comes with the introduction of what? New toys. And that could disrupt the group, just like when we hired Kevin. Andy's mom wants to have the party before they move. We learn that Christmas and birthday parties are hard because Andy gets new toys. And then we get the theme stated, which Woody says triumphantly, it doesn't matter how much we're played with. What matters is that we're here for Andy when he needs us. And that becomes the theme of the movie. Guests start arriving and everyone starts freaking out. Mr. P introduces the concept of like, oh crap, we're all going to be in the next garage sale fodder for sure. So we learn that garage sales.
Mr. P?
Mr. Potato Head, sorry. I'm just calling him
That's what his friends call him.
No, that's what I thought. I
Sorry.
appreciate you, Nick.
And who does the voice for Mr. Potato Head? Because
Don Rickles.
It's Don Rickles. Because Ham is
John Ratzenberg.
John Ratzenberg. That's right. Who's Cliff from
Cheers.
From Cheers. Thank
and
you.
everything.
Well, also, it's worth pointing out the Jared Petty dinosaur is the
Wallace Shaw from Princess Bride.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
we
we
saw.
saw. We saw.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
it's fucking.
In the
And then
inconceivable guy.
Slinky is Ernest.
Oh,
That's right. It's
Jim
Oh
Varney.
my
Goes to
god.
Jim Varney.
Jim
Vern-
Varney. Thank you.
Jim Varney. Yeah.
He also is Portillo.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
There you go.
Wait, future spoilers. Have they done one since Jim Varney died?
no, this
yes.
will be maybe 3. Yeah.
What do they do for? Do they sound alike?
They switch it to they sound alike.
Slinky
I
died.
forgot who.
Slinky can't talk
You got ripped
anymore.
apart.
He got kicked in the head by a
Next
mule.
question. Yeah, we'll talk about it. No future spoilers.
He got kicked by a mule. I couldn't talk.
Everyone in the Toy Story world dies by mule. Of course, the guests start arriving and everyone starts freaking out. And Woody decides to send out the troops. And I fucking loved this when I was a kid. When I watched this the first time, I was like, dude, spot on. They use the army men, the soldiers, and they're all walking with a little thing because they can't move their legs. And of course, the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket was cast here to play the sergeant.
Perfect.
Which, looking back now, you're like, little inappropriate, but whatever.
Not at all. He's like the traditional army voice. He's in a bunch of things.
He is fantastic. They have great moments here where they all go down and they send out the parachuters,
Can
which
we
I
just
thought
talk
was really
for
cool.
a second? Was there any toy cooler than the little fucking parachute army man?
They were dope.
Like,
Because you could actually throw them off and they would parachute down. It was great. They lower the walkie-talkie down, of course, and then there's the great shot where all the kids start arriving and one of them gets trampled and he's like, "No, Sergeant, leave me. Just leave me behind." He's like, "A good soldier never leaves his people behind," and picks him back up.
And later
he's
the
on
medic
floor.
helps him.
Yeah,
Like,
so good.
There's
Really,
an
really
Easter
well
egg
done.
that they use the baby monitor, but
Yeah.
the army men actually have the wrong side of the baby monitor. They have the side that you listen
Receive-
from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then in the room they have the side that you're supposed to talk into.
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but baby
Fucking
monitors
bullshit
are two
movie.
ways, so the kid can talk back to you. I'm joking.
No.
That's not
I was
actually
like,
how those work. That's 100% how that's work. But that's funny that they fucked that up.
Yeah.
Of course, they're listening back in the room on the baby monitor as each present gets opened, and they're freaking out because they just don't want there to be another toy. He gets like a game. He gets
Bed sheets.
he gets a board game. He gets another game called Warboat, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then everyone is super relieved until Mom pulls out one final present. Rex gets excited and breaks the speaker, and the kids head back upstairs. Red alert! Everyone goes back and assumes their position. Woody gets back up on the bed, like plops back down, which I think
didn't
is cool.
even put it together, dude. Rex getting excited is totally Jared Petty when a new JRPG is announced.
Well, it's like that time he
so
broke
true.
the chair.
Wow.
Anyways, the kids storm in. Andy, it's cool because when they show the toy, they have a lot of nice reveals. The cinematography in this is great. He shows the toy. We see the sort of rocket ship in shadows, but we don't actually see it until it's there. What's up?
My thumb hurts and I'm stretching it out. While
Apologies. I thought you were. I
It
thought you were
definitely
motioning.
looked like Greg was about to do something.
something.
Something was coming. He was charging up. Oh, see, I don't know, man.
Psychopath look.
Andy storms back in the room, slaps Woody aside, sadly, and then places the thing right where Woody was, which is very indicative of
And
this.
you feel it.
You
right?
really
Am I
do
wrong?
feel it.
Like
It's
that's
really
one of those things
sad.
where I'm like, damn, this early in the movie, Woody's my boy.
Yeah.
The Woody's kind of plot throughout this whole thing. I'm just like, wow.
Well, he also needs to grow up a little
You're
bit,
just a
though.
In this,
douche
yeah, he
nozzle.
sucks in this
Shithead.
movie.
Yeah.
He gets knocked over into the corner of the bed, which when I was a kid, I was terrified to go into. Comes back on, dusts himself off, climbs back up the bed, and we get this cool shot where the camera dollies, and we see for the first time Buzz Lightyear.
Well, before then, you immediately start getting his insecurities, right? When he does crawl, Woody, who's up there with you? And then he crawls out from under the bed and like, why are you down here? Well, and he's like, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. Blah.
Yeah.
Did
and
any
he still
of y'all
loves me.
have that superposable Buzz Lightyear toy?
Mm-mm.
I
did not.
played with that thing
Did the laser
so
work?
much. Yeah, it had a little light up thing, and it made the sound or whatever, and then the wings would go. The wings would flap out, but then also the fingers were really. I think it was like the index finger, and then these three fingers were very bendable and stuff. It was
Oh,
a very,
yeah.
a lot
I
of
do
points for
remember that.
articulation. Yeah, very good toy.
Solid
Very
articulation.
good
Did you ever
toy.
have that Spider-Man one where you could pull out his chest piece and it had like the webbing on it, and then you go. Like
No. But I had the Wolverine one where he's in
Claws?
Weapon
X.
Yeah, Weapon X. I had that one. Yeah,
Weapon X too.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
need you guys to use your imagination.
Peter Piper Pizza.
Imagine
Okay.
it's Halloween. Sure. And imagine me and Kevin Coelho
Oh God, no.
as Woody and Buzz.
Oh my God.
We got to do it
Are
one
there
day.
Do you have pictures?
No, we haven't actually done it.
I need a cool
One
Greg
day.
and Kevin as Woody and Buzz for
I
the
see
next
that,
Halloween.
yeah.
I
I mean-
would totally do that. You could be Jesse.
And just have cool Greg like smoking a blunt or something.
Lining up. Yeah, Greg's right. Everyone's freaking out, and Woody calms everyone down and says, everyone thinks they're being replaced. He says, nobody's being replaced, and let's go up there and give whatever's up there a nice big welcome. They all climb up, and that's when we see Buzz for the first time. Buzz, of course, freaks out because he thinks he is a real space ranger and starts using his little laser. He has a great, where he moves like
Tim
that.
Allen,
It's
dude.
really great. I made a note here that there's just a lot of like nice little Easter eggs around the room. There's a Mickey clock that he's got hanging, which is like the watch, which is cool. I like that.
Because
Anyway.
Belinda, you probably know more about this than I do factually. But like at this point, Pixar was signed with Disney for like a 3-movie
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
But like not owned by Disney yet.
Right. It
And
was
then
just like a
when did it go
partnership.
bad?
Because they sort
I
of
don't
had
know,
like an Apple
professional.
Steve Jobs falling out, right? Sort
Yeah.
of thing where they just like
Well, Pixar was Apple. He started by Steve Jobs, right?
Right.
Wasn't he the CEO of that
he like
for a while?
funded it or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
him
I don't
and Ed
remember.
Catmull are like.
But anyway, so
original.
it's interesting because there's a lot of Disney stuff. We get Hakuna Matata later, and then there's like
Yeah.
the Mickey and all that stuff. But it's like they were just partnered at this point. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a
Well, even
owned,
back then, they knew
operated
kids were
situation.
going to love Easter eggs in movies. Everyone's gushing over Buzz because his voice recorder is way better. And Woody just immediately is maybe he's never felt insecure in his entire life, but oh boy, that thing
It's
hit him like a
hitting
ton
hard.
of fucking bricks on this one.
The best part is Buzz has like they do this Darth Vader POV and you hear the breathing. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of Star Wars,
Looking through
There's
the
a
case.
a
lot.
lot
Yeah.
of Star Wars
A lot
sound
of
effects
Star
stuff
Wars, yeah.
used throughout
Literally
the
a
series.
TIE fighter sound
Yeah.
at some
Oh, in
point.
part
Yeah.
two.
And
well,
especially in
Like
we're not supposed to talk about part two.
Future Soul.
Well, even in one, they use a TIE fighter.
like it has like that weird sort of shot. I hate it.
They also use the Wilhelm scream at one point in that.
And then it gets knocked out the window.
Yeah.
Woody tries to talk him down. He's like, "You're just a toy." And he's like, "I believe the word you're looking for is Space Ranger," which I thought was nice. Tim Allen just crushing this. And he was like, they get on the subject of flying somehow. I can't remember. They get in an argument over whether or not Buzz can fly. Woody tells him to prove it. Buzz says, "Fine." Steps over to the side, looks over, sees the train track, and then of course says the line "to infinity and beyond."
What
Jumps
a
off.
great fucking scene.
Great.
falling
Jumps
with
off the thing,
style.
slides down, flies up, gets caught in the little like twirly thing,
Yeah.
and then comes back and lands on the bed. And he's like, "See, I told you I could fly." And he goes, "That wasn't flying. That was falling with style."
There was a Toy Story game on the Super Nintendo and
And it
Genesis
sucked.
as well, and it sucked so
sucked.
bad because you wanted it to be good.
Oh my
and
God.
that part though was fun, but then you get to the stupid level where you have to play as RC the car.
Oh, the
never
worst.
got past
When
it.
you're in Sid's,
never got
when you're
past
in
it.
Sid's room, it was horrible. When you're being chased by the dog, this is a
Life's
game
hard, man.
sucked, dude.
Yeah.
The game
Let's do a
I
party
rented
mode.
it
We
like
should do
3
party mode.
times. I rented it 3 times because I was like, I gotta beat this shit. I just could not get through it, dude. The game sucked, bro.
Also, the one there at Pizza Planet too is really.
Yeah. All hit video, dude.
Despite Woody's just total hatred of this person, everyone immediately accepts him as their new god. They love
Because they're
him.
all a bunch of rubes. They, all
lose
suck.
their
Everybody's,
shit.
all the toys are stupid. No
They
wonder
turn on
Woody
Woody
could
so
rule.
quick, man.
Exactly,
He
right?
could rule.
No loyalty. You know what I mean? Monsters.
It's seriously
Everyone
like
of them.
living under Cersei. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just like, yeah, whatever, bro. We'll run with you no matter what.
This is why they're all generic toys. Again,
I won't let you bring down the good name of Slinky Dog, though. Slinky Dog was always fighting for Woody. My dude,
but
Slinky
he
Dog.
gives up too. You know what I mean? He gives
Yeah, but
up
like
too.
at the point he gives up, it's like I buy it, man. Woody's being
Woody's being a dick.
He went
They've known
crazy,
Woody
man.
for years.
He's-
Woody's
it's like
led them for
Daenerys,
years. You know what I mean? Woody's led them for years. You need more concrete proof than before they
I
throw
feel
him
like
up.
Greg is like seeing himself a lot in Woody and scared that we're gonna overthrow
There'll never be a
him
toy
with-
here that replaces me.
Because now, like KFA,
I've tried repeatedly. None of you
fuck.
fuckers can get popular. It sucks on the internet. All right, it fucking sucks.
You're right.
The fucking worst.
You a shot. You a shot. You know what I mean?
We get a fun montage here where basically Andy replaces every single thing of Woody's with a Buzz Lightyear. So all the posters come down, and they all become
In a
Buzz
week?
Lightyears. No, not even a week. It's
Yeah,
like a day.
Like
that's the
day.
weird
That's like a
thing.
day.
Is like they're moving in a week and they're like, fuck it. Posters going up. We're getting new comforters. We're getting the
Yeah,
whole
right, dude. The
area.
mom would have been
Again.
like, "You're not putting any more holes in this wall. We got to resell this shit." Dude.
Just to well, it's already sold, right? So who cares?
Oh, you're right.
As is
Pull it
now.
up.
Wow.
Here's the thing. Just again, I'm not trying to talk shit on your fan theory, but the fan theory I heard about the mule kick, right?
Yeah.
Seems like there'd be a life insurance policy in there because she's just buying new Buzz Lightyear comforters, right? That ain't cheap. You know what I mean? She's clearly not trying to save money as they move.
Maybe
What?
she's using child support as.
True, but I mean
That or the will. Maybe.
You just pointed at my face.
But to be fair,
I don't know, man.
I'd love to be on your side. I love it. That's not what the other fan theory says. So we just have two theories here we need to weigh.
To be fair, the bed
was it a
sheet-
negative breakup or was it a mule kicking death? I don't know.
It's true.
To be fair, he does get bed sheets. Is one
He
of
does
the
get
gifts
bed sheets.
at his birthday party. So it's probably Buzz.
And then Mr.
Yeah.
Potato
With
Head
all due
says,
respect,
"Who invited
Barrett,
that
fuck
kid?"
you. That's a great point.
And then yes, my
But
favorite
I mean, what
one.
a jump. I mean, I guess Buzz Lightyear's the hot thing, so like, they just
Oh,
assume
yeah,
everything's
dude.
gonna be
Oh, yeah.
about Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear was originally named Lunar Larry, but they thought
that
that was
fucking
lame as fuck.
sucks.
That was lame. That was
so they
lame. That
changed
is
it.
lame as fuck.
Billy Crystal was originally asked to voice.
That would've been great.
Buzz Lightyear, but he turned it down. Tim Allen memorably filled the part. Crystal has since admitted that it was the worst mistake of his career, and this partly explains why when he was offered the voice of Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc., he accepted immediately.
So good. And you know what, though? To be honest, he's way better as Mike Wazowski. That's a way better
yeah.
character
He's
for,
perfect,
for
yeah.
Billy Crystal. Buzz Lightyear needed that authoritative, like lower
Oh, yeah.
register, like Tim Allen voice.
I can totally relate though with Andy, where like you get a new toy and suddenly it's like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to play with dinosaurs and like these sort of like medieval, like I want everything to be Star Wars themed or space themed now.
Right.
Give me my space Legos. I can't have these worlds intermingling.
Pirates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
I
out of
know.
here, dude.
During the montage, of course, he helps Rex actually learn how to roar, which is great. And Woody's watching him basically do all the things he could not do with the group.
And the music,
Slinky-
man, strange things.
Things.
So they put. So this is. I made a note about this.
strange
I was
thing?
like, wow, they really
It's
just
a
let
song that
Randy
they
Newman do the entire soundtrack.
day.
I love it, dude. And it's very weird. Like every 5 seconds, it's like very weird. I forgot to mention though that during the opening scene, we do right after that we do get the song "You Got a Friend in Me," which from Mulan, popularized by Mulan, which is
so
great.
much.
Was this song also a Mulan? Was this also a song from Mulan?
Yes.
Okay, so
It
Randy
was-
Newman did.
It was when she was
both those
looking
movies?
at a reflection.
You know
It
what
was
it's like? It's like
strange.
when
How
they
do you
use that Bag of
tolerate
Dicks
this?
song
Just
for
so
all
you
the trailers.
understand, Nick is a monster who's never seen Mulan, and I was trying to tell him that
But
I'll
if
make
he says
neither,
it
man.
sucks.
We're
I'll make a
adults.
man out of you is one of the best Disney songs of
You'll
all
make
time.
a man out of me.
And that's what
Let's
it
not
is.
tell our wives.
I started.
It's a free country.
It's the exact same. You told the story in reverse yesterday, where when you were watching it,
Yeah.
and that song came on, you laughed, and Dee was like, "What are you laughing at?" Like, I can't even do it. I started laughing, and Jen's like, "What?" And I sang it, and she just busted out. She like,
Let's not tell our wives.
Well, now when he
gonna
sees
end our
Mulan, he's not going to be able to take that song
I know.
seriously.
Oh my
It's going to
God.
be terrible.
Never.
No, to be
Destroyed
fair,
me.
I have seen Mulan. I just haven't seen it in recent years. But I remember watching it. Anyway, let's go back. Post montage. Buzz reveals that Andy has drawn his name on his foot, marking him forever as his new toy.
What a moment.
And Woody looks down at his foot, and his Andy is a little bit worn out, and he's like, "Fuck, my time has come. I have to kill myself." Woody takes this poorly and says, "Stay away from Andy. He's mine, and no one is taking him away from me. And stop with the spaceman thing." Buzz pushes back. Woody shoves him, and his helmet opens up. He does, and we get the thing where he's like, it's the choking, which is fucking great.
Very cute.
Woody mocks him for thinking he's a real Buzz Lightyear. I forgot to mention also. No, that was the next one. Sorry. Buzz, look, an alien. What the fuck am I talking about here? Oh, Andy
Buzz,
has a
look at alien.
Sorry, I just
he's like, Buzz, look,
look,
an alien.
an alien.
Got it.
Buzz looks over. I made a note also
into
that
Nick's mind right now.
yeah, sorry.
Buzz looking at it.
They hear something outside. They go to the window, and it's Sid. We're introduced to him, and he's just
Motherfucking Sid.
torturing toys outside. Clearly, a serial killer in the making.
I got some. I got
like
some
big-
Sid stuff for you. Sid Phillips, otherwise known as the terrifying child who takes joy in destroying toys, was inspired by a former Pixar employee who often disassembled toys for bizarre experiments and creations. And I totally buy that. I can imagine in our office who that would be. But voiced by Eric Von Detten, which you
Whoa.
may or may not know
Brink.
as motherfucking Brink.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Wow.
From the movie Brink,
Andy-
Skate
like
Better.
The Disney
Brinker?
Channel
Okay.
movie.
Andy Brinker?
Andy Brinker.
His name is Andy too.
Whoa!
Whoa!
It goes deeper. Oh my god!
The 8 corners of Andy.
Show me a photo of him.
He's beautiful. At the
He's
time, I was
really
like, I want to look
beautiful.
like this kid. Cool hair, long
Oh
hair.
wow, that's not who I was expecting.
Yeah, back in the Brink days, he had
Yeah,
like
yeah. Hit on that one, the IMDb one, top row. Yeah, that one. Show
he
the
so
the. I
people.
was like, this
neck.
kid has cool. I want this
Just a
hairstyle
long,
so
beautiful
bad.
neck.
Yeah, he was a rollerblading movie, Disney
Look at
movie.
him. Yeah, bottom right.
Skate better.
Bottom right.
Yeah,
That's
I know
the
that
one.
one.
Down,
Yeah,
down,
The
down.
Rocks.
See, I always get that
Keep
one
going down.
confused
Down the
with where they have to
Right.
go downhill.
Airborne.
There we go.
Airborne. Better
Airborne,
movie.
better
There we
movie.
go,
Better
man.
movie.
That's my
Yes.
boy.
Airborne's a
Got
better
a little-
movie.
He's a
What a
dad
hard
now.
drive.
You're
Oh,
right. Good
congratulations.
for him. Good for you,
Good for him,
Eric.
man. Soul skater.
Back to it. They're looking out the back, and Sid's just torturing the shit out of Woody calls for Lenny, which is a pair of walking binoculars. Lenny, Lens, got it.
I love
it.
Lenny. I had that toy.
And he
too.
sees that it's Combat Carl.
Why can Lenny talk without a mouth, but the RC car can't?
Oh, how do you know RC car
Lenny.
can't talk? He's just
He didn't.
choosing
He
not
was
to.
all
doesn't
like,
talk.
Why does he have to
He
talk?
has to do like the whole
Lenny has to
like
talk.
pantomime of how he didn't really mean to kill Buzz. Woody made
Sure.
him kill Buzz.
These
Something
are
to think
solid
about this
questions.
bullshit movie.
Yeah.
Buzz, of course, wants to be the hero. He wants to teach that kid a
It's
lesson,
no
but it's
talk
too
November.
late. Sid lights the firecracker and just fucking nukes Carl.
So they wanted to use G.I. Joe for that, but they knew that they were going to blow him up, so they had to change it to Combat Carl.
Makes
They
sense.
wanted to be G.I. Joe.
Similar
yeah.
thing. Earlier drafts of the script included a Barbie doll who played Woody's love interest. Mattel, the company that owns Barbie, told him to fuck off because they thought the production would be a failure.
Wow.
So we got
They
that's
fucked
what
up.
Gia called Lil Ho Peep instead. she's just like, Bo Peep, get your fuck on, girl.
Thirsty. She thirsty. Fun fact and total non sequitur. When I did that commercial for IGN back in the day, we tried to have a generic character on the box art for the video game called the Tax Sailor. And when we did our due diligence to see if that was that, it came up that was a GI Joe. So we had to change it to something else.
Man.
Assault
Ring-a-ding
Sailor or
dingy.
some shit like that. What a fucking useless
War
story.
boat.
Anyway, back to it. Let's see. Buzz wanted to do something, teach a boy a lesson, but it's too late. And the thing blows up. And Buzz thinks he could have stopped it. Woody wants to see him try. He asks to see him. He'd love to see him as a crater, basically. The sooner we move, the better. Later that day, Andy's mom offers to take Andy out to dinner. He can bring one toy.
Rolling in the dough. Mule insurance policy.
Right. They're going to, of course, Planet Pizza. Pizza Planet.
Pizza
Planet,
Planet.
Which sounds so delicious.
It does sound delicious.
I
But
want
also
to
kind
fucking go there.
You know what it reminds me of? My favorite pizza restaurant in
Peter
Austin,
Piper
Texas.
Pizza.
Peter Piper Pizza, the pizza people
It does
pick.
remind me of it, it does. But this had a cooler motif.
Yeah.
With like the robots
sci-fi,
open the
yeah, it's
door and you
great.
go in
You
there.
know where you can get this pizza, kind of, Greg.
I heard that
Sorta.
didn't they knock
Disneyland.
Yeah, did
But
they,
it took them fucking forever to change it to
Right.
Pizza Planet. It was that dumb other outer
Rocket.
space.
Yeah.
It was like Rocket Pizza. It's
Spaceport
like,
or
you
whatever
guys
the hell.
have
Yeah.
this fucking IP. Use it.
Yeah.
Way
Well, they
too
do now.
fucking long.
How's the pizza?
It tastes exactly like you think it would.
Good. I mean, let's go.
Fine.
There's a
Totally
cheeseburger
serviceable.
pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woody, of course, uses the magic 8-ball to predict if it's going to be him that gets picked as the one toy that she can. Why he can only take one toy is ridiculous, but it doesn't matter. He shakes it and it says, "Don't count on
I
it."
mean, it's
Just
ridiculous. You can't have the kid bring all the toys.
well, have you ever met a kid?
Yeah.
You ever seen a
You say,
fucking
bring one
riddled
of
with
the
toys? They always have toys on them. Toys flying out of their fucking
You ever
pockets.
seen a kid? They're great.
Yeah, they're great. The thing just said, you think the magic 8-ball, by the way, is another toy that's alive, but apparently it is the only inanimate object in this place.
No,
or
I
if it is
think it
alive,
was sentient.
it's a dick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, don't count on it. You fucking suck.
Yeah, he's
Which-
like, I'm tired of living under your rule, Woody.
Well, I mean, he's telling them the truth. Don't I
want
mean,
change.
anybody can see what's about to happen. Buzz is the toy. He's the flavor of the month now. Much like the song "Flavor of the
Flavor
Month."
of the week.
Flavor of the week. That's
American
what I think.
High
Fuck
Five.
Yeah. You just
She don't know Nintendo or some shit like that.
Paramore.
God,
Awesome.
no, that's not
You're just throwing words out now.
Too stoned.
Of course, Woody
Nintendo.
throws the magic 8-ball down, and it falls down the side of the bed
Remember that
nook, and he gets an idea. Set up Buzz
To
and slam
kill
him.
Buzz.
Yeah, so he kind of sets up Buzz, and then he's like, "I'm going to slam you with this remote control car." Now, again, the remote control car, a sentient being, you would think was like, I'm not going to do this.
Assisted murder.
Right? You're trying to kill this person.
And you can also tell in this whole
He's trying
scene.
to put him in between the desk.
Yeah,
and,
just
and
like
the
a forget,
wall.
like he was forgotten there
He doesn't
for a
want to
bit.
kill him.
Right.
But
Yeah, he just wants him to be knocked out of commission during this one
Yeah.
crucial
Right.
pick moment.
And during all the scene,
very
this is where
short-sighted.
I could also tell the early technology of CG, where like the lighting is so harsh.
Yeah.
It's
Very harsh
Really,
shadows.
it looks like a
No ambient
It
occlusion.
looks like now when they show you CG now and they show you the process of like these are just the wireframes and then we
Right.
added textures.
Right.
It looks like the middle process.
They're missing a step,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Either way, this backfires and Buzz accidentally gets knocked out of the window, and everyone just immediately turns on Woody for the killing fucking
So
psychopath.
fast.
that he
And
is.
again,
In
I
this
get
part-
it.
Oh,
in
what do you
this
got for me?
part, they use Raiders of the Lost Ark. So when the pins come down, it's the arrows, and then when the globe comes off and like hits him,
Oh,
it's
wow.
the boulder.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I
So they
didn't put
use-
together the pins.
Yeah,
that's cool.
The army men, of course, jump on him,
yeah.
and it's terrifying. Like my worst way to die ever, which is by ants, obviously.
Sure.
Or by those weird scarabs from The Mummy.
Mom, John Candy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Those are terrifying.
But yeah, as you said, they just all flip. Nobody wants to hear it. RC cars all being a little.
I mean, to be fair, pretty fucking obvious what he was doing. There's no real other side of the story.
But I'm
You were trying
again,
to kill
you've been
someone
around.
already.
You're a family at this point. You know what I mean? You're not even friends. You're a family.
Listen, if I found out,
it wasn't on purpose.
Benefit of the
That's
doubt.
manslaughter. There's a difference.
if I found out that you were trying to knock Kevin out of a window,
I wasn't. I was trying to knock Kevin between
When
a
he
wall
was cleaning the
and
windows
desk.
earlier.
can I finish?
Yeah.
If I found out you were trying to knock Kevin out of a window, I would help. Of course, Woody freaks. Let's see, where the fuck are we? Oh, right, the car. Where the fuck? Sorry, guys. Everyone turns on Woody. Andy can't find Buzz, so he gives up. He takes Woody. As the car pulls away, Buzz runs after and stows in because he's pissed off, so he goes after him. The car pulls into a Dynaco for gas, and Buzz confronts Woody. He tries to convince Buzz it was a mistake, even though you tried to terminate me. Revenge is not an idea we promote on my planet, says Buzz. And then he's like, but you know what? We're not on my planet.
And then
And it's terrifying. And they fucking get it on, as Ken Shamrock used to say. They fight, and guess what? The car leaves without him. Woody freaks. He's a lost toy.
Ken Shamrock used to say, "I'm gonna snap," and then he'd punch himself in the head.
Yes,
With the gloves,
Let's
with
get
the
it on.
gloves.
He used to say, "Let's get it on." He used to try to say that in really like a really mean, like intimidating way, and his opponents are like, yeah, "It's not.
Sounds
That
like
doesn't
sex.
mean
It
that
sounds
doesn't
like
mean what you
sex,
think it
Ken."
means." Like, let's get it on. Everyone's like, "Well, you don't want to do that, Ken. We just want to strangle you." I'm Tito Ortiz. Buzz. Let's see. Continues to speak into his arm like he's like logging his mission, and Woody like cannot stand this. They argue. Woody tells him it's all his fault. If Buzz hadn't showed up and ruined everything, everything would be fine. Buzz fires back. Woody has ruined his mission, and Woody screams at him, "You are a toy." They look over and they see a pizza delivery man from Planet Pizza pulling up. Woody realizes it's his ride back to Andy, but he can't go back into the room without Buzz, so he has to figure out some way to get Buzz along on this.
You Are a Toy was going to be the movie's name.
Right.
Which is,
Almost.
I'm
Or
happy
You Are
they
a
didn't
Toy.
go with
Yeah.
that. There was
You
that.
Are
and
a
then
Toy
just
4.
Toy, and whatever, and then everyone kept calling it Toy Story as they were just going, and then they're like, let's just go with that.
But
Toy
You
Story.
Are a Toy TOO would have been good for the sequel.
A toy too?
You Are a Toy too. You know,
Like Dumb and Dumber and Dumber and Dumber
well,
2?
no, like I'm thinking of the baby one.
Look Who's Talking
Look
To.
Who's Talking To. Yeah,
was
the baby
Toy
one.
Fast. Too Furious.
So Woody changes his tone and
Almost.
gets really lighthearted and tells Buzz that is a spaceship that will take us. That's way to a spaceship that is going to take him
Manipulative
home.
little son of a bitch.
Very
you
piece
know?
of shit in this movie.
Sucks. He sucks.
Buzz decides to ride up front because it has better, security, and Woody is like, "No, we'll just go in the back." And Woody gets bounced around the back. It's a really fun scene. They arrive at Planet Pizza and sneak in disguised as food containers, which I thought was cool.
It is.
That's kind of fun. Let's see, Planet Pizza. I made a note here. It looks absolutely fucking dope, and I would totally
Yeah.
go there.
Oh my god.
Buzz is convinced that it's a real spaceport because it absolutely looks like a spaceport. And there's a nice little homage. I like this part. There's a nice little homage to Alien of all movies with the chest bursters coming out. I was like, that's a little inappropriate for kids, but whatever. They spot Andy and the world's creepiest baby, his sister.
They said in this one they have 17 humans in this scene, which is the most humans that they have in a scene in this movie, and they all weirdly look just like Andy and Molly. And it's just
Makes a lot of sense.
different skin
Scary
tones and
faces.
hair.
Woody tries to get them to jump in the stroller and tries to convince Buzz that it's a spaceship. He jumps in. Let me get the best. What the fuck am I talking about? Buzz tries it, but Buzz looks over and he sees that there's something that looks like a rocket and realizes we're gonna do that. That's better. Let's see. jumps in, comes in, and unfortunately falls in, and we get the best
aliens,
fucking
man.
characters in all of Pixar.
So fucking good.
The aliens. That is. Buzz says, "Who's? I'm here to commandeer this vehicle. Who's in charge here?" And they go, "The Claw."
I love it so much.
fucking
Did
good.
anyone? And this is really
It
geared
kinda
specifically
scared
towards
me.
Belinda and Barrett, based on the age. Did you guys watch Buzz Lightyear Star Command?
Yes.
the
Fuck
animated
yes, I
series?
did.
Yep.
I had the
What
All the
PS1 game.
animated series.
Yeah.
Cool, Greg.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And
What a
this,
cartoon.
This whole scene always kind of freaked me out, even like for the age that I was, because
terrifying.
it was like a little cult mentality.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
these beings were just all one hive mind.
Well, they only know the claw.
And it just freaked me out as a kid. Like and again, Barrett, going back to the Toy Story game on Super Nintendo and Genesis, like that whole sequence really freaked the hell out of me.
Yeah, that was a creepy one.
I'd appreciate if we just stop the review now.
I'm sorry, Andy. That's just not our style. Because guess who shows up inappropriately without parental supervision
Eric
at all?
Von Detten.
Sid.
Eric Von Detten himself. And he
On
was
rollerblades.
He loves skateboarding. Sid shows up, uses the
travesty.
claw machine, and the claw starts moving, and one of the aliens looks up and goes, "The claw, it moves," which is great. It picks up one of the aliens, and he goes, "I have been chosen. Farewell, my friend. I go to a better place."
Don't they remind you of the aliens in
Galaxy Quest?
In Galaxy
Yes,
Quest.
100%. They're just the lovable, innocent, dumb
Yeah.
shit aliens. I love it. Then of course Sid spots Buzz and he gives it another go. The claw, he claws Buzz instead. Woody tries to pull him back down, but the aliens stop him. He has been chosen, and he goes, "Stop it, you zealots!" He calls them zealots, which I thought was fun.
Shout out to Sid for being like dead-eye at this. You know what I mean? Getting
yeah,
in there,
he's
gets
really-
the alien,
Nailed it,
gets the
crushed
buzz.
it.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, a little unrealistic.
100% unrealistic.
'Cause
But
the
I
claw-
mean, Sid just is there so much, he knows what he's doing.
That claw game is such a fucking sham, and I
Yeah.
wasted thousands of
Like, you
dollars
got
on
3
it.
toys off of what, 50 cents?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Greg Miller's great at it. Bullshit. You know?
It's true.
You know,
Thanks
that
for remembering that.
Actually, 1 out of every 10 times, the claw is meant to pick up with more what's the word I'm looking for?
PSI.
Like more PSI. Yeah. So it's just 1 out of every 10 times that it does that. You
Really?
just never know. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
I don't
Sid-
believe that.
No, yeah. This is true. I'm not
But
fucking
you're
around.
saying it with that smile where it looks like you're fucking
This is
around.
where we'd have science with Kev. But
Yeah. No, that's
RIP.
true. Look it up. Look.
Sid, of course, gets both Woody and Buzz and just takes them home along with the alien, who he just promptly feeds to his psychotic dog, which
What's
is
the dog's name
Buster.
again?
Scud.
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 That's what it is.
Just
Buster's
a
Andy's
gross
dog.
ass name.
Scud.
And I do love that,
Scud
like,
missile.
Sid looks similar to Andy and the baby, like, but it, like, how do we make Sid look even like more
Let's
of
put
a
a
villain?
skull on his shirt.
Yeah, and braces.
Sid, of course. What's that?
But if that skull shirt did anything, it got me into the skate brand Zero, which
Yeah.
is basically literally just that logo, and it's fucking dope.
So hot topic, you know?
I know, hot
God, he
topic,
is.
Abby.
Andy, of course, is just a complete dick to everyone, including his sister. He takes his sister's doll and takes it back to the room, puts it in a vice, and he says he's going to attempt to do a double brain transplant.
never
And
been
Buzz
done.
has a great line where he's like, "I don't believe that man's ever been to medical school," which I thought was really funny. Still kind of oblivious to what's happening around him.
Buzz Lightyear's kind of Thor, right?
He is.
Yeah.
He's kind of Thor, like in
Yeah.
Thor 1. Better than Incredible
Sid
Hulk.
replaces the doll's head with a pterodactyl head, and it is fucking terrifying. And his sister complains to his mom, so Sid runs out after her and immediately
Doesn't
says
just
she's
complain
lying.
to the mom. She just balls out, man. She is like horrified. But yeah, I love this next thing where he's like, whatever she's saying, she's lying.
Right? It's such a brother and sister thing.
Yeah,
to
what's
do.
going on at this house? You know what I mean? Abusive parents, neglectful parents?
Well, we see later
Mostly-
that the parents drink a lot of soda, right? Because they couldn't put beer in there. But mom, let's put it this way: mom's falling asleep to the tunes of the TV and
I
a
thought that
warm
was Dad.
blanket of
Yeah,
beer.
that
Was
was-
that dad?
that was
totally-
dad. Yeah,
So
yeah,
was Dad.
Sarah,
Stories are
throw up
just
the
getting
image I
mixed
just
up.
sent you.
Mom also died in the mule accident. It was
No, mom's alive.
my
They're all
God.
alive. They're all there. Don't make fun of this.
Is the mom there?
Do you know how many Americans die in the mule accidents every year? And yes, the mom's there.
How
we
much,
hear
How many?
we hear voice. Lots.
Right. Yeah.
She does complain to mom a
Go.
lot.
I want you to
Because
go
she calls
to,
out
you're
mom.
right. Go to the Arkansas State Fair and make fun of people getting kicked to death by mules there, and we'll see who's laughing.
Oh,
all
how
right? Not
dare
those
you.
people.
How dare you.
When you guys said, you know who plays Sid, I thought it was this guy, not paying attention that this guy probably wasn't even born yet
Yeah.
when this
No,
happened.
yeah.
Totally looks.com.
Yeah, my favorite.
I put it when you guys started talking about what Sid looked like. I just put in actor who looks like Sid from Toy Story.
For
That's
audio
the first
listeners,
one.
they're talking about Will Poulter,
Yeah.
his name, and that kid's actually a great actor.
in Black
I forget what he said,
Mirror,
fucking
he's in
funny as shit.
the Choose Your Adventure Black Mirror episode that
Yep,
came out
that's right.
over Christmas.
Bandersnatch.
And they did Bandersnatch. They did a great job of. They took a picture of Sid and put like the yellow glasses he has on with the same hair. It's
Yeah.
like it's fucking.
I feel like
uncanny.
was he the kid in the movie with Jennifer Aniston
Yeah,
and
he
Jason
was.
We're the
Sudeikis?
Millers?
Fuck, that was a
Yeah.
funny movie.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
That's a good movie. I hate to say that, but it was a good movie.
That was
one
one where he got bit by the spider.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. On
Right?
the thingy. On his
Yep,
thingy.
on the thing.
On his thing-a-ling.
On his ding dong.
Sid runs out of the room. leaving Buzz and Woody to take in their surroundings. And Sid's room is just a house of fucking horrors. It is terrifying. And what do we see next? The freak toys, as they will be called. They have all been combined with just different heads and different body parts, and it's terrifying. There's a baby head, the scariest of which, of course, is the baby head on the erector set of spider legs. And then the second scariest, we'll just give that prize to the Barbie legs on top of the fishing rod.
Legs?
On the bottom of the fishing rod.
That always freaked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hide in Sid's
Sexy.
backpack, and he says, Buzz goes, I've set my laser from stun to kill, still just not realizing that he is a toy. And then Woody has a great line where he goes, great, if anyone attacks us, you can blink them to death, which is great. Andy and his mom arrive back at the house. The toys are still looking for Buzz and Andy outside, and they can't, or they're still looking for Buzz. Andy can't find Woody. It's all in total disarray. The next morning, Sid basically reenacts the torture scene from Star Wars, which is great. He's, I'm your whatever, all that stuff. He uses a magnifying glass to burn a hole in Woody's head. Sid's mom calls for him and he leaves the room, and Woody goes running for the dog dish because his head's on fire. Very, very scary, terrifying shit here. Sid left the door slightly ajar, but as they move to leave, the freakish toys get in their path. They want to get in their way. We don't know why. We think it's because they're trying to kill them.
Cannibals.
And they're cannibals and all that stuff. Buzz tries his laser on him, doesn't work. Woody figures out, he's like, you're a toy, goddammit, use your karate chop, and he starts using the karate chop to chop his way through, which is great.
Punching him in the back. It's really cool.
They escape, but of course they run into a sleeping Scud, and Buzz is like, you can't go past that thing. That thing's gonna kill you. Woody's like, I'm
I
getting
hated how you just said that.
What?
I get it's his name, but like,
Right?
Sleeping Scud.
Touching his pud.
Stop it. Woody tries to sneak past it, and Buzz grabs him, and he's like, "You're gonna, that thing's gonna kill you. We got to find a different way out." And Woody goes, "Okay, fine." They start going, and Woody's little pull cord gets stuck. I love that he has got a little pull cord. By the way, we didn't talk enough about that. Gets stuck on one of the railings. It pulls, and I forget what sound it was, but there's a snake.
Got a snake in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot. Of course, Scud wakes up, and they all go their separate ways.
But what happens after that, we'll have to find out in a
figure
second.
out.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by MeUndies. You probably spend about 90% of your life in underwear, so don't you think you owe it to yourself to make sure you're wearing the softest undies in town? That's why many of us only wear MeUndies. That includes me. That includes Greg Miller. Andy, are you wearing them right now?
No, I'm
Get
not.
your life together,
I have
Andy.
like 30% underwear army undies.
Yeah?
So 30% of the time I'm happy.
Yeah, then there's now.
Yeah.
These undies are so soft, they make Bob Ross's voice sound like Gilbert Godfrey, a voice that we're very familiar with if you're watching this show.
Iago.
MeUndies uses the coveted micro-modal fabric, which is full 3 times softer than cotton. Men can now try the new boxer brief with Fly, which is the same great cut as a boxer brief, but now with the added option for guys who prefer to go through the gate versus over the fence. MeUndies is
Very
also
visual.
the go-to for the softest loungewear on the planet. Hang out in their super comfy lounge pants like I've been doing every night. Last night, me and Gia watching The Bachelorette, I was wearing my fun little...
That's what I was doing last night.
Yeah.
And I do that all the time, and I feel like I should watch these. Like, I've gone like 2
Gross.
weeks where, I mean, they're great.
I
They're
put
so
mine on last
fantastic,
night,
man.
when I was walking Porty.
Yeah, you got the Star Wars ones, right?
I do have the Star Wars
Yeah,
ones.
same here.
Lightsabers all over them. I've gotten comments from my neighbors.
MeUndies
What?
makes onesies, and they're incredible.
Why doesn't that make
To
sense? I
get
walk the
your
dog in 'em.
15% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to MeUndies.com/morning. That's MeUndies.com/morning. And also, shout out to Hims. 66% of men start to lose their hair by age 35. Once you have noticed thinning hair, it can be too late. Hims is helping guys be the best version of themselves with licensed physicians and FDA-approved products to help treat hair loss. Is that true, Andy?
Yes.
Do you use this?
Yes.
Nick,
Andy,
do you
Andy
as well?
literally just got his vitamins today,
Really
and
excited.
the post office person gave them to me, and I carried them
Sideburn.
to Andy and handed them to him. And then I was like, "Do I get a reward of some of these?" And he goes, "No, you have your own.
No,
Get
why
your
would
own."
you? I could have gotten them.
These are prescription solutions backed by science. Hims was created by a guy who knows some men's health. Conversations are easier online than in person. There's no more awkward in-person doctor's visits or long pharmacy lines. 4Hims connects you to real doctors online, which could save you hours. Completely confidential and discreet. You can get started with the Hims Complete Hair Kit for just $5 today, right now, while supplies last, and subject to doctor's approval. You have to see the website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy somewhere else. Go to 4hims.com/KFMS. That's FORHIMS.com/KFMS. 4hims.com/
KFMS.
Thank you, Andy.
Before we get to the next part of the plot, Cameron Kennedy, our boy in the chat,
Who made
said,
the intro of this beautiful show?
says the plot summary should be called Woody's Roundup.
Woody's Roundup.
That is a spoiler, unfortunately, Cameron Kennedy, for next week.
Damn. We'll have to save it.
And
then.
if I can't fucking
For
spoil
next
shit, you can't
I'll
either.
be damned if Cameron Kennedy comes in here.
Fucking Cameron
Remember how
Kennedy
many
with his
spoilers
beautiful
happened
Canadian
during
face.
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I basically did the
excited.
last 2 movies when we got there.
Anyway.
Back to it.
Back to the Woody's round.
Woody runs back into Andy's
Next
room.
week is called that, not this week.
Yes, damn it. We can call it the roundup. It's fine. Buzz runs into the TV room and sees a commercial. And this is where he sees finally a commercial for the Buzz Lightyear toy.
Buzz Lightyear.
He opens the hatch to his arm and sees that there's a made in Taiwan mark. And it finally hits him that yes, he is in fact a toy. And it's really sad. And we know it's sad because that's right, Tim. They play another
Yeah, they do,
goddamn
dude.
Yes,
Randy
of course they
Newman
do.
song.
Just to beat you over the head with the Randy Newman's going to tell you how to
Y'all
do it.
were on Randy Newman's dick.
Y'all worked so hard, man.
I
It is
know,
so
right?
important to
It's
them.
perfect.
Sailor. He didn't even try on this one. He didn't even try.
Yes, he did. He
didn't even try. What do you want this one to be about, guys? Hey, John, what do you want this to be about? Sailing? All right. Sailing. Sailing. You're not sailing no more. Nailed it? Give me the fucking check. I'm walking out. Anyway, Buzz remembers Woody's words. You are a toy. You can't fly. It's really, really sad. But then he walks out and he looks and he sees an open window and he's like, you know what?
And
Fuck
again,
that.
even if the look in Buzz's eyes didn't drive home that I'm going to do this. Randy's there to tell us exactly what Buzz Lightyear
You can't sail anymore. Not that
No, I don't believe it. I will.
Look at the open window. You fucking suck. So he looks out, sees the open window, and says, "You know what? Fuck it. I can fly. I can fly. I'm gonna do that." Gets up on the railing, opens his wings, looks at the window, not to be yada yada, jumps to infinity and beyond. Of course, falls to the ground, and his arm falls off. And it's really, really sad. Just pops right
all
off.
the
And
more.
maybe he won't be sailing no more.
Well, I don't
Fuck
think
you
he's-
guys, that's a good
To
song.
be honest,
great song.
to be honest, I don't remember Buzz at any point anyone sailing during this movie, and I get that sailing is just
Metaphor.
It's a metaphor.
But you know what? Another
They were
note,
so
though.
literal
Sail
about
through
everything
the
else.
sky.
I will go flying no more. It would have been right there. Right?
Yeah, it would have been amazing. I do love.
I'm made in Taiwan.
I do want to give a shout out to the manufacturers of this toy because it looks like when your arm used to pop off, because
Snaps
that
back in
happened
easily.
and you could
The
snap it back
ball
on. You were like,
joints.
oh, thank God,
Yeah.
crisis averted. It was always a little looser than before.
Snap back my arm in me.
You got one less arm. I don't know. I'm up with this. One.
Yeah, Nick. Okay.
We're gonna I'll just keep reading my
stick to the
notes. How about that? Let's see. Falls ground. Arm falls off. Sid's sister Hannah finds him and puts him in her little. Takes him up to the room. She puts him in a little heart apron so they can play tea party together. And man, he just goes crazy immediately.
What's his name?
Nesbit.
Mrs. Nesbit.
Mrs. Nesbit. Of course, Woody sneaks in and finds him, and Buzz is just like hammered. He
He's like
has become
tea-hammered.
a alcoholic British woman from with the Downton Abbey. That's basically where we're at right now. Buzz finally realizes it's a sham. He tried to go out the window, but it's a damn sham. He can't do anything. Woody spots the window in Sid's room and realizes it looks out to Andy's room. Oh my God, I put a horrible note in there. We're just gonna go right past that.
Cool, great.
Don't worry about
Thank
it.
you.
You guys, you can read that one
Let's
right there.
just
Great.
move on.
In Andy's room, Mr. Potato Head and Ham are there playing Warhawk.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. Woody calls to them and throws them a strand of Christmas lights that he falls. Mr. P calls back out to him and says, "No, fuck this. You're a liar, bro.
Mr.
We're not
Potato
forgetting what you did to Buzz." And Woody goes, "No, Buzz is right here, Buzz." And of course, Buzz is just traumatized and does not want
Being a jerk.
any part of this. But Woody realizes that he has his arm still. And so he does the thing where he's like, "Oh, I'm right here." And everyone's like, "This is clearly a sham.
really weird.
We're not being fooled by
This is
this
where
at
we
all."
see Slinky give up, man.
But when he shows the arm, Slinky is like still willing to believe.
He's like, "No, dude, see, I told
Like,
you, man.
yeah, he's
Woody's
weird.
my dude."
Of course, it all goes afoul, and they realize he's holding a disembodied arm, terrifying. Like he actually cut him to pieces, which is crazy. And they throw the strand back at him, and they're stuck over there, and it's really, really sad. Let's see, back in Sid Room's the freak toys attack Buzz and start eating him. And Woody tries to fight him off, but we realize, of course, they're not eating him; they're actually just fixing him. And then we look over and we see that the doll that originally had the pterodactyl head, they have replaced her too. Why they can't do this for themselves? Beyond we don't know.
The
It's beyond
parts.
comprehension.
Those are the parts they have.
But they in fact are good toys. They're not bad toys, and they've just been tortured forever. But they're fixing Buzz. Of course, they put his arm back on.
None of these guys can talk either because fuck the rules, right?
Right.
Who knows? Who cares?
The rules are a little crazy.
Bullshit
Well,
movie.
you know, the number one rule here, by the way, I just want everyone to know, we've established
Open
the
bathrooms
prime
open?
directive of the toys, just like Star Trek, is to not let any kid know that you're alive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll probably be traumatized, and it'll push them further into their serial killer years, like quicker. Just want everyone to know that. That's the prime directive that we're setting here. Can't break that one
all
rule.
the other toys have ingrained in their head, except Buzz, who thinks he's a spaceman but won't talk to the giant human being. Bullshit movie.
Exactly. Weird. Doesn't matter. Everyone suddenly runs because Sid runs back into the room with a fucking giant Roman candle, man. It's there, and he's super happy. He looks for Woody first, but he can't find him. And then, of course, sees Buzz, grabs him instead, and Duck takes the rocket to his back. He's about to go outside and blow him up, but what happens? Starts raining. Thank God. Saved by the bell, saved by the rain.
At this point, Gio is just like, who the fuck would act like this? I'm like, you don't understand little boys.
You don't understand, boys. We like to blow
Boys
shit up.
100%
Like
destroy
that was
things.
like all of us did that
Especially
in
like
some
kids,
way.
boys in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like we
oh
were
my
fucked
God,
up.
fucking firecrackers. You kidding me? The magnifying glass? You gotta burn the hell out of these.
Oh, hell yeah,
sons of
dude.
bitches.
Anything that you could do to fucking blow something up when you were a kid and play in dirt, that's what we did. Once the rain is over, of course, so is Buzz because Sid set some sort of weird timer. Don't understand how he knows exactly when the rain's going to be over, but I think it's just part of this fun. He puts a toolbox on a crate.
A Binford toolbox from Home Improvement.
I didn't
nice.
catch that. That's
Tim
horrible.
Allen's still riding high.
Puts his toolbox on top of a crate, not realizing Woody's in there, and it imprisons Woody because he can't move the damn thing. And Woody falls asleep. And back in Andy's room.
I don't think he did.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Puts it on top.
Oh, Sid fell asleep.
Sid falls asleep.
I was like,
I
when
put a
did
note
Woody
here.
fall asleep?
Yeah, Sid falls
He took a
asleep.
nap.
And we go back to Andy's room. Andy is desperate to find Woody and Buzz. His mom is hopeful that they'll turn up before the move tomorrow, but just giving him false hope. Kids lose shit all the time. Why don't you give your kid a dose reality? You fucked up, kid. Be more responsible with your stupid ass toys.
I'm like your dad.
There's a toy I
He knew what he
lost.
did at that petting zoo.
Exactly. He knows why
There's
he
a toy
beat
that
it
I
up.
lost as a kid. I just like wish I could go back.
Which
and,
toy
like,
was it?
It's just like a random like Power Ranger kind of rip off thing.
Sure.
But it was so
Beetleborg.
badass, and I just wish I knew where it was. Yeah.
Of course, Bo Peep is there
sad.
witnessing this whole thing, and she sees how much Andy misses Woody, and she says it's really sad. If only Woody could see how much Andy misses him right now. To which I replied, too little, too late, Andy. Fucking be more responsible, or come back tomorrow so you can watch your toys be fucking blown up, because that's what's going to happen. Okay, that's what happens, kids. If you're watching out there, when you're irresponsible, your toys
At
get
what
blown
point
up by a
was Andy
violent
irresponsible?
psychopath. This kid, by the way, a little too old to be playing with a lot of dolls. Just going to throw that out there. What is this kid?
What are you
14,
talking about?
15?
Like
He's about to
8.
drive.
He's like 7.
17 years old, kid still playing with Army Men? That's some Kevin Coelho shit right there. Back in Sid's room, Woody tries to wake up Buzz to help him out of the crate, but he's trapped. Buzz has given up. He isn't a Space Ranger. He's a dumb toy. Woody tries to give him...
Damn, tell us how you really feel.
Woody tries to give him a pep talk that's like, it starts off like 90% bullshit at first. You're better than a Space Ranger. You're a toy. Andy thinks you're the greatest, and it's because you're a toy. You're a toy. Why wouldn't Andy want... he goes... You're his toy. Why wouldn't Andy want me? Look at you. You glow in the dark. He's trying to like, he's like, you're an awesome
you
toy.
are a cool toy.
Yeah,
Like,
you are a cool toy. And as a matter of fact, you're too cool. That's why Andy wants to play with you more than me. And this is when actually Woody finally realizes that like he's gonna get real for a second and be a little vulnerable, which is nice. And we all know that that's how real growth starts. Look at you. You glow in the dark. Your helmet does that whoosh thing. You're too cool. Let me see. Buzz looks down at his foot and sees Andy's name written on it, and he finally gets it. He finally gets it, like being a toy is a good thing. And then, listen, Buzz, forget about me, says Woody. You should get out of here while you can. And Buzz says, fuck that. I'm a hero. I'm a toy. I'm everything. And he starts pushing the toolbox off. Of course, as he's pushing the toolbox, the crate starts going off the table too. Woody realizes that, oh shit, I can just jump out, which is great. Slips out, but Buzz doesn't realize that and he just keeps pushing. The toolbox smashes down, and of course wakes up Sid, and right as the alarm goes off anyway, so it's kind of stupid. And it's time to blow shit up. He grabs Buzz and the Roman candle strapped to his back and heads outside. Woody pleads with the Freaks toys. They gotta go down.
Oh yeah, they do.
There's a good toy down there, and he's gonna be blown up to bits all because of me. Please, he's my friend. He's all I've got. The baby's tighter toy rallies all the rest of the toys. Outside, Sid is preparing the launch pad.
And these toys, man, they've been planning this for years.
Yeah,
They're so
they want
ready
this
to
kid.
Fuck this kid's day up.
They've been waiting for a leader,
Yeah.
and they
old
got
Woody.
him.
They got him. They got him.
Woody prepares his path, which includes climbing through the wall. They have this great plan where they climb down, they ring the doorbell, the dog has to go out, and of course that's how they trap the
Good
dog buster out there. It's really
I
good.
always like the
Or
little
Scud,
duck head
excuse me.
guy. He was really cute.
I love it was a
Terrifying.
Pez.
I like the frog.
Woody heads out for
The
Buzz.
wind-up frog that the dog
yeah.
chases.
But is spotted by Sid, who goes, "Hey, we're gonna have a barbecue later," and puts a little match in his pocket and throws him on a hibachi, which is fucking terrifying. And then, of course, he hears not to be outdone by the terrifying aspects of this. He hears Woody's voice, which he thinks is Woody's broken until Woody actually says Sid Phillips and just looks at him, and it's some Chucky shit. It is
I love
terrifying.
this whole fucking. I love how it escalates of you just seeing them all like come out of the
out of the mud.
sand and
Oh
shit.
my
And then
God.
when it turns to Woody actually like his face moving and talking, it's like holy
The
crap!
army
this is
man
awesome.
head
with a nail
spins
through his
around.
head coming out of the mud would terrify this
Oh
kid
my
for the
god!
rest
Yeah,
of
the
his
muddy
life.
looking sort of like zombie thing was definitely very scary.
Sid runs away, basically crying.
Wait, Bear's got something. What you got?
I love that there's just like a fucking truck that doesn't look like all of these like toys look scary, and then there's just like a little truck that comes out of the sand like, oh,
Buried
I'm
in
scary
sand.
too.
All right.
I guess.
Think about that being encased in sand.
He's trying to be scary. It's just a fucking truck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if a truck was moving towards you, if that fucking ball behind us right now started rolling at you, all willy nilly.
Bro, have you not seen Tremors? Shit that comes out of the sand is terrifying.
Yeah.
Of course, Sid runs away, and we'll probably have nightmares about this for the rest of his life until he claims his first real-life victim to silence the voice recordings. Woody and Buzz run after Andy's mom's car, but they just missed it. Then they see the moving van that comes right overhead, which is a cool little spot. And guess what, motherfucker? Scud sees him too. Scud's like, I don't give a shit if you're real or not. I'm a
Woof,
dog.
woof.
I don't understand anything. I just want to kill everything because that's what I've been trained to do. They catch up with the van and they get aboard, but not before Scud grabs a hold of Woody and starts pulling him off. Buzz, being the fucking G that he is, just jumps at that dog's face and takes him down, leaving Woody
I
on the
appreciate
van.
to hear Woody's line before Buzz jumps of, take care of Andy for me.
Yeah.
Like he's actually giving up.
Yeah, that was nice. And Buzz is like, no, we're friends now. We're homies. So
He's
jumps.
like, you
got
literally have a friend in me.
That's amazing.
Did you fucking get it, Nick?
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
I know you
didn't catch
might have
that
missed it
part.
because they weren't singing at that point.
I did not notice that.
Buzz is jumping off because he's got a friend in Woody.
He won't be on the van anymore. They catch. Woody opens the roll door to the van and he starts rooting with all the boxes. And of course, we get that the guys still don't know what the fuck he's doing. They're like, "Why the fuck are you here? We still don't like you." And everyone tries to
Mr. P, still
Mr.
here.
P just holding it down as the new
It's
leader.
like fuck this guy.
Right. He finally finds what he wants, which is, of course, the remote control car. But everyone, and he takes the car and he like goes to kick it off the edge, and everyone's like, "He's at it again!" Like he's just a mass murderer of toys, which I thought was a funny line. The other toys
that was
then
funny.
they attack Woody as he tries to drive the remote control car toward Buzz and Scud. Buzz, of course, is now hidden underneath the car. They throw Woody out of the back of the truck like Lord of the Flies shit. But like so basically he puts Woody on the car. Car starts going. They throw Woody's ass out. They're on the car, and then of course the car starts running out of batteries. And then they finally realize, oh shit, he was actually trying to save Buzz. We fucked up. We're the assholes here. Woody was kind of an asshole too. But guess what? We got a rocket strapped to my back. We can catch up with that thing.
Well, Slink jumped out too. Slink jumped out and got super straight.
Oh right, but it was too much.
Yeah, exactly.
For him, and he went back and he was all like stretched out, which is always
I
my fear
held
with
pretty
Strickies.
tighter during that moment. You know
Did
what I
you?
mean? Yeah.
You just hold him real tight.
No, not that tight. Not that tight.
Great scene though, where he's like, we got this rocket, we can do this. They go to light it with the one match, and a breeze blows it out, and then
The car,
the car going by blows it out, and then Woody gets the idea from having a fucking mark burned to his head by the psychotic killer Sid that he's like, maybe we could use the lens in your helmet to light this. Not how plastic works, but it's okay. Doesn't
Whatever,
matter.
movie.
Science with Kevin would have dispelled that, but it doesn't matter. They light the thing, boom, they go up.
Well, but before then, I don't know why I hate this line so much. I don't know if it was in the trailer and I had to watch it before in one of my favorite movies as a kid or something, but that line of, wait a second, I just let a rockets explode. I hate that line. Still to this day. Still hate that line. Yeah.
But I love that line because it's set up for rockets explode, and he goes, don't worry. Well, actually, I think I have it written down here.
Well, you
Let's
got
see.
that. You got that. I mean,
That's okay. Woody realizes the rocket's about to explode, but Buzz has confidence and he deploys his wings and he goes, "Guess what? We're not gonna fly. We're gonna fall with style." Basically,
yeah.
he's like, "We're not flying. We're falling
Bringing
with
it
style."
all together. What a fucking movie.
Pulls it off.
he went sailing once more.
Of course, he flies off and they start gliding toward the van. And Woody goes, "Hey, you're gonna overshoot the van." He goes, "I'm not looking. I'm not going for the van,
baby.
I'm not aiming for the van."
I'm not aiming
for the van. We're gonna go through the sunroof in your mom's Yaris. They go, of course, nail the landing in the sunroof, land right in the box next to Andy, and Andy, this dumb little fuck. Whoa, they've been in this box the whole time. I'm not gonna question this.
It was his 8th birthday.
Okay.
In Toy Story.
Okay,
1.
well, whatever. I guess that's acceptable.
It's better than 17 for sure.
He's 17 in the third one because he's going to college.
Spoilers!
Of course, Andy looks over, and it's probably best not to question this, given that how these toys actually can just kill you if they want. They can come to life, and they're sentient beings, and that's the way it goes. Let's see. There's a time jump after this. It's next Christmas. And we see another scene like the birthday party where everyone's awaiting the arrival of the newest toy. Bo makes out with Woody just real hard under the mistletoe, which she has planted up there. Man, just give her what she wants, dude.
I get
just
it,
give her what
dude.
she wants.
Love
Okay?
it.
She's a strong person, strong in her sexuality. Just make it happen. Rex really wants another dinosaur. And Andy's first present, of course, is a Mrs. Potato Head, which is great.
Yes.
That's great.
Everyone's getting
A jerk,
some.
a jerk character getting rewarded. Great.
Hey, the bad boys. you know
God
what I
forbid
mean?
they get another dinosaur to hang out with Jared Petty. No, we gotta get Mrs. P. She's
Buzz,
getting a loveless
it's the-
marriage with an asshole who'll turn on her the second.
It's the little sister who gets Mrs. Potato Head.
There you go.
Thank you.
Buzz,
Funny.com/you're wrong.
the tables are turned here, of course, though. Buzz is actually a little bit worried. Like, this is the first time he's had to go through this. And Woody goes, don't worry. What could Andy possibly get that is worse than you? Of course, laughing. And then as we kind of dolly back from the house, we go, wow, it's a puppy. We hear
And then
that.
you crash back in, which I like a lot.
Right.
So good.
Turns out
What
it's
a
a wiener dog.
great
You know,
end.
everybody's a
And
wiener
then
dog.
the credits roll again, and there's a reprisal
One
of
more
that song
reprisal.
from Mulan, which is great. Which we all love.
You just watched a movie and we hope you enjoyed it.
It started
These
when it
people
wasn't
were
snowing, and
done
now
it.
it's snowing.
What a hate, Randy
It's Christmas
Newman.
time because there's lights. Randy Newman, shoobity bop, booty.
All right. So Greg Miller, I want to ask you, for Toy Story review, do you want to do Ragu Bagu?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Ragu.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Rad Guys Talk Bad Guys, the podcast within a podcast where we rank all the villains of the Toy Story universe. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the Hispanic heartthrob, Andy Cortez.
Hey, what's up,
Now,
guys?
last time that Kevin got to
Excuse
be a
me,
part
are
of
we
this,
to- are we to-
can I get in this?
Well, yeah, of course, there has to be 3 members in Ragu Bagu.
Okay, so I can be
and
the
our
other one, right?
third member, for the first time ever,
Yes.
Belinda Garcia.
God damn it, it was an obvious
be
joke that I set you
rad
off for, but it
gals?
still hurts.
Yeah, sure.
It still
Yeah.
Rad
hurts.
gals.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Well, I'm one of the, and I know it's part of the problem, but I just use guys so pejoratively. You know what I mean? My mom used to get mad at me when I'd be like, hi, guys. And my mom and dad, and she's like, I'm not a guy. I'm like, well, Mom, it's not, with us hip kids here in the 90s, we don't mean it that way.
Can you
but-
not? And they'd be like, may you not? You know, that whole thing. You know, teacher can't go to
Oh,
the
yeah.
restroom. and they'd be like,
Can I go to the bathroom? And like, I don't know, can you? And I'm like, I'm going to find out. Piss on my desk. You
No more crane operator.
No, not my dad.
Like,
My dad definitely would. He would have just grunted. I'm allowed to go to the bathroom.
Your dad's a burly man.
So clearly the villain of Toy Story, Woody.
Yeah.
He's an asshole this
100%.
entire time. He's
100%.
against Buzz.
He's the antagonist.
Exactly. Thank you. I don't
Comment
usually
section.
let comment sections in, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. This time I'm letting it go.
I think I can add a lot to your life.
Patreon.com/kindafunny if you want to be part of the show.
Let me be your third member, Greg.
$69.
Let me just tell you about
can
third
tweet from the
members.
Ragu Bagu Twids account.
I feel like Sid deserves at least a shout out
No,
in this.
he-
Again,
Sid's
sorry, we don't take
creative.
we don't take comments.
Let's let Andy talk.
No, yeah, I'm saying, yeah, Sid is the bad guy.
Sid's creative.
Yeah.
No, but
We'll say
Woody.
Sid and Woody.
He's
Sid, like-
misunderstood.
I'll give you Sid and Woody.
Sid is like a future school shooter.
I'll
Like,
give you
that's what
Sid
we're
and
talking
Woody.
here.
I'll give you Sid and Woody.
He's
Look, I think
he's not gonna shoot. He's gonna be a serial killer, a prolific serial killer.
I
that
think
we
he
never
turns a
catch.
corner here, right? This is where he sets his life straight. No,
Yeah.
The toys talk to him. He's going to be better.
Oh yeah,
person.
no.
Toys.
If he learned
Scared
anything,
straight.
It's when there's a bully out there, the best way to deal with him is to terrorize him more and cause him more psychological damage, and that'll set
These
him
are
straight.
stupid toys. What do you want them to do? They don't know about the
If your fucking
ramifications.
toy
of
came alive, you're like, I have
They're
to
smart
kill
toys.
to make the
They're
voices go
smart.
away.
And the
They're
thing
smart
is,
toys. They're not smart people. They don't understand that by scaring Sid, they're setting on an even worse path.
and the thing
Exactly.
is, they're never gonna come alive ever again. And Sid the whole time is gonna be like, did I just imagine all of this? Right?
He's gonna
like,
have a lot of drugs in him.
Like,
He's
yeah,
gonna have a toy fetish the rest of his life.
I'm gonna go with Potato Head. I think
You think
Potato
Potato Head is the
I think,
bad guy?
I think he
Wow.
made a lot of things way more difficult for everybody.
Kind of a
Well,
dick.
sure, but he, you put yourself in his position. Put yourself in Mr. P Head's position. I'm gonna call him.
I'm with
Mr. P.
P.
I'm with Peter Ross in the chat.
We're not involving the chat.
Woody causes more drama. Woody is the one that
Actually,
sets
the
all this
chat's got
stuff
a lot
in.
of great points. You know what I mean? Woody is the problem. If Woody would have just been chill, everything would have been chill. There would have been no movie. Everybody would have been good. A bunch of dumb toys hanging out with each other. No, not yelling at each other.
But if Sid isn't there, there's nobody to rescue anybody from anything. Like,
they still had to get
if
back
they just
to
went to
place.
some random kid's house and he was a cool kid, it's like, oh, yeah, it's not so bad here.
Well, I think if Potato Head didn't he's always there, like when they want to,
Instigating.
when they want to, he's riling up everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, everybody's down to save Woody, everybody's down, everyone trusts him, and then he's like, no, prove it.
Yeah, Potato Head, kind of a narc. Cool, Greg? Potato Head, kind of a narc. Mr. Potato Head, kind of a narc. Yeah, he's kind
No,
of
but you have to understand though, Mr. P just rising to the gap left by Woody as the leader of the group. He had to protect the group, man. If you thought
he becomes Grey
Mr.
Worm.
P-head is the one who
Mr. P's a
rises.
fucking Starscream motherfucker.
If you
first
thought
chance he gets
that Greg was out there trying to kill Kevin, right? And you didn't support him, you wouldn't be my friend anymore.
So I feel as if, listen, it's a choose your own adventure. We're playing fast and loose. This is volume 4 of Ragged Bag. It's just a three-way tie. It's Woody, Mr. P, Head, and Sid. All right. Whatever. When we get to when we actually have to rank the rest of the bad guys in here, we'll worry about it.
Can you also include the baby eyes on that?
No.
The terrifying baby eyes.
I'm gonna stop listening to chat now.
I do want to put the back of Andy's jaw. Like, if you look at some shots where he's talking,
I'm
the
gonna do
back
Molly's
of his
hair.
jaw.
Molly's hair.
Molly's hair is terrifying.
The dog hair is terrifying too. They did not nail that
yeah,
for
yeah.
It looks like razor blades.
All it was just like
porcupine
text.
blades.
It was just a normal map.
It's
like,
bad.
Yeah.
Sid's braces.
Stop using your fucking big words on me, okay? I know you went to art school. It's cool.
Yeah, Sid
So
braces
what's our
are
ranking,
fucking
Greg?
bad.
Number 1, Woody / Mr. P Head / Sid.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Choose your own adventure, Tim.
There you go.
This is
You
the first one.
Were
Can
they
write in.
born
Oh,
in
go for it.
labs? Now it's time to rank those
This is a
abs.
totally inappropriate podcast to have during Toy Story, so we're just
What
gonna
is
say
that one built guy?
Yeah.
Who's got
But
some
he
good abs?
has like a wrestling
Oh, he does
singlet
have a
on.
you don't
shirt
get to see
on.
them.
Do you want me to read the thing you wrote in your notes?
No.
Okay.
That was for you
Just
only,
for me?
Poppy.
All right,
That was
cool.
for
I like
you
that
only.
one.
If you support us at the Platinum Tier on Patreon, you can read
God.
the notes.
Yeah, Platinum Tier, I'll
I'll
tell
put
you
it
how
with no
to
context. This was the line. Ever platinum tier today. I'll put them on Patreon. This was the line. You pasted
Perfect. I'll
it.
copy and paste.
If you support us on
Slack it to me
patreon.com
right now.
/ kind of funny at the bronze member or above bronze level or above, you can write your haiku in review.
Ooh.
7 syllables in the middle. You'll need 5 for the first and last line. If it's not poetic, no need to fret it. Haikus don't need to rhyme. Haiku in review.
Everybody.
Haiku in review. Everybody.
Now stop. The nanobiologist writes in, the toys are alive. They scarred the next door neighbor for all his life. Ignacio Rojas says, very messed up movie.
Yeah.
Technology gone far since. Treat your toys well, kids.
Yeah.
Jasek says, so much nostalgia. Didn't know I needed this. Sid is a monster.
Yeah.
And then finally,
interesting. Oh, go ahead with the last.
Top 5 Bananas says, Randy Newman sings, I'll make a man out of you. Oh, wait, that's Mulan.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. The interesting thing about this movie, and also I was watching Toy Story 2 last night, and it sort of hit me how many times I did watch this movie as a kid,
Right.
that I haven't seen this movie in about 15 to 20-ish years. But even now, like watching it, I still know so many of the lines. I know all
Right.
the beats. Like it was like
The
watching it all
inflections
over
of, like,
again.
how they say
Yeah,
things
like I
and
remember
stuff like that,
for some reason I'll never forget. I'll never forget Sid going, "Keep out of reach of children." When he like reads that line, I don't know why like that always stuck with me as a kid. He kind of like stumbles. I don't know. It's really weird.
I
Anyway.
saw you tweeted recently you did the thing of like, what movies have you seen the most? And Toy Story was on your list.
Yeah, it goes Toy Story 3, and then it was Lilo and Stitch, Aladdin, then Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, all
A lot.
Disney.
Yeah.
Disney. Did you have the
Oh, and
VHS
Rent.
with the puffy cases?
Yes.
yeah.
I also have the Monsters Inc. VHS that's blue.
Oh,
It's
wow.
dope.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's like having a
Monsters.
gold like Zelda. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I think at some point during this, I think I forgot to mention, there is a nod to the Toy Barn, right? In this first
Yes,
one.
in
So
the Buzz Lightyear commercial.
that's what it was. Yeah, so we see it at Alice Toy Barn, which I thought was cool. They really did a lot of like world building in this very first one, which was important.
Super cool. I mean,
That's
again,
very
this
cool.
is the birth of Pixar. It's the birth of
the
CG
first.
movies. So
Yeah.
it's like
A lot
kind of
of
like
fun
they
things.
had this. I
Crazy.
love so many different things. Like once you leave Andy's room, the world just kind of gets a lot bigger.
But also, and again, something I noted, and I don't think I mentioned it in the beginning, but like the animation's so rough in this, but about literally 5 minutes in, you stop noticing.
Oh, yeah.
the movie's so good, the voice acting's so good, the story structure's great. They just do it like this is what Pixar does so fucking well, is they tell great character-driven stories in
Right.
these great worlds that are both like. I mean, I'm 39 years old. I saw this when I was 15, and it's every bit as impactful. to me.
Charming.
It's
It's well
perfect.
written.
It's really great.
I just love all of the characters and the journeys that they take. Like I feel so hard for Woody in the beginning of this movie and like
Right.
having to deal with Buzz, but then Woody starts being a dick and you start feeling for Buzz believing that he's not a toy, and it's like I love the layers that they add to all of it and how it comes together at the end, all with Randy Newman. You guys are monsters for not liking that.
We'll bring it all together in the third act of the story.
No, you're a kid, so I'll explain the plot.
Go sailing.
What voice is that?
I
Randy
was
Newman's got
Bill
Randy.
Cosby. Yeah, that was Bill Cosby.
Pudding pop in the pudding.
I absolutely loved this movie. I loved an hour and 20 minutes, man.
Oh, great.
Let me tell you, dude. After doing the plot summaries for the 15 hour-long Mission Impossible movies, this was a delight.
Or Endgame.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you want to see the line, it is up. Patreon.com/kindafunny. Platinum tier.
Oh my god.
God, I don't even want to know.
You really don't.
But yeah, I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to watch the rest of the movies. Like I feel like I've always loved all of them. I know that 2 got a lot of hate and when it was first coming out.
We'll talk about it next week.
People are stupid.
We'll talk about it next week. But you and I had that conversation too, and I remember 2 being the weaker of the entire series. So it'll be interesting to see how everyone actually.
I remember loving 2, but like 1, I'm just so blown away by it. It's like, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's rough looking animation wise, but then you get over it, you're just like, this is fucking
It's a
incredible.
perfect movie.
For some reason, I think like the toys are animated so well, but everything else, like the humans and the dog, are like just kind of
They were
They just
saying-
didn't
like the
have
dog's
technology
arms
back
don't
then.
even bend the right way. Anyway, like progressing through these movies, I'm excited. Like coming from somebody who has like a 3D background of like, I feel like it's playing an old game that didn't age well visually, but you're still stoked to see how it progresses. And the next one, the next sequel has better visuals, and the next one looks even better. And they look so good on Voodoo.
Well, then,
I can't
then
get
there's
over how
Toy
good they
Story.
look.
Kingdom Hearts 3 that has the
Right.
Toy Story world, and it's like it looks.
Yeah.
I would say better than Toy Story 1.
Oh, yeah, it
I don't
does.
think it looks better than the other ones, but like after we watched this, I looked at a comparison video. I'm just like, it's insane how far we've come, because
Really
forever
cool.
it was always like the PS3, the graphics look like a Pixar movie, and
Yeah.
it's like no, now they actually do.
If you want to go back, they have like the first Pixar short on YouTube that they like were experimenting with 3D,
lamp?
and that looks even more up. No, it's like a
Tin
different.
Toy?
It's Tin Toy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks even
So they did
more
Tin
rough.
Toy, and they were like, CG already looks plasticky, so they're like, make a movie about toys.
Yeah.
So
Smart.
that's why the toys look better than humans.
people.
Humans
And isn't
look real rough.
That's
Doesn't
smart
Tin
idea.
Toy have a cameo in Toy Story at one point?
Probably.
Or it might be the second one.
I wouldn't
The,
be
the
surprised.
name is on the books when they're having the meeting.
the meeting in the front of the mic.
There's
You know
like
a lot about this.
knick-knack. It was on my top 5 most watched
That's
movies.
awesome. No, I love that.
Wait
That's
till we
great.
get to Toy Story 3. I know everything.
Oh, man. Any other thoughts on the movie, Greg? What are your thoughts on Toy Story?
It's fun, I guess.
Good,
So
I loved it as a kid.
I do lots of podcasts today.
I mean, what? I don't know.
just
I
fucking-
don't have thoughts about it. It's Toy Story. It's what you expect it to be.
it is everything.
I hate Woody. I forgot that I fucking hate Woody. In this movie. I know he gets better.
That is a big piece of feedback for me, though. Like seeing Woody in this, like when I was a kid, I
It's
just
like you're
didn't-
insufferable.
Yeah, he's a really.
Mr. P-Head insufferable.
Yeah,
Jared
Can't
Petty
hold it
is Jared
down.
Petty, so I hate him too. You know what I mean?
Naturally, he left us high and dry, so
Yeah,
fuck him
exactly,
forever.
exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't. Was it weird looking like watching it many years later for you? Because we're old. You and I are the oldest.
Sure. No, I mean, it was out. I do remember it well, like you're talking about. It was like beat for beat, where I was thinking if I wasn't sure if I had to do recap on it, so I was doing the quiz of myself on what it was, and I thought I could get there, and then jumping in, you're like, oh yeah, and it moves quick and it does all this stuff. Like, looks rough. It's still a good kids movie. Still whatever. I remember. I don't know. I honestly don't remember what Toy Story 2 is about. I don't know if this is where they introduce Jesse or not or whatever.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. Right?
No
Fantastic
spoilers.
time. I love this. I just went to Disney World for the first time. You might have heard. They have Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, like seeing this stuff like life size, where you're supposed to feel like a toy. When we went to Disneyland, Disney Sea in Tokyo, like the Toy Story ride, you actually are in Andy's room, and it's just this but giant, and it's really.
I
crazy.
love stuff like that.
Yeah,
I love that.
They did a real great job, and the balls there too.
They used to have the like Honey I Shrunk the Kids, I think, in Disney World, and it was like you were outside, but like the bugs were huge. And
The
stuff like-
grass leaves.
Yeah,
and
do you
things.
remember?
Honey, I
Yeah.
Shrunk the
Fancy
Kids,
baby,
Yeah.
gotta love it. Wayne Zielinski.
Yeah, there it is. Let's do Honey I Shrunk the Kids in review.
I'd watch him. I do.
The reboot's coming out.
Is it
Honey I
really?
Shrunk the Kids? Mm-hmm. Nice.
With Josh Gad. It's just called Shrunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
should
know
call
if
it
you've ever seen
Shrinkage.
the third movie,
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Oh, you're right. Honey, I
That's
Shrunk
when
the
the
Kids.
potassium gets involved. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the first episode of Toy Story in Review. Belinda, thank you very much for joining us for
Thank
the
you
first
for
time. Where can
having
people
me.
find you?
I'm on Twitter mostly at BBC Garcia. And
Has there been
That's never gonna get not weird.
Has there been news that is like Rick Moranis going to make a cameo in this? Because I know he doesn't act anymore or
That'd be
whatever.
cool.
I don't
That'd be
know. No idea.
You still know Josh Gad, right? Can you hit him up and say,
Do I know Josh?
We
Gad?
freaked them out. Yeah.
who's
Do you
the
know
comedian that you wanted?
This
Looks,
is Dan Fogler.
oh, they look exactly the same.
wow.
Yeah, I tried to
I
get
thought
Dan
they were the same
Fogler.
person.
What?
And Dan
I mean, I
Fogler was
just,
like,
like-
if you don't stop DMing me, I'm going to unfollow you and get a restraining order against
That's
you.
rough. That's tough.
I really wanted to talk to him about Balls of Fury, but he did not want to talk
And he got
about it.
popular in the
He did not want to talk to me
He's
about
in the
Balls of
knockoff
Fury.
Harry Potter one.
He's in the Harry Potter movie.
Who's
yeah.
in The Walking Dead?
That's, I don't know. I don't watch Walking Dead anymore.
Fuck.
Josh Gad or
Josh
the
Gad
other
is
Gad
guy
is
the
the-
in
voice.
The Walking Dead?
Is the
Josh
voice
What's
of
the other one?
Olaf.
It's the other one.
Okay, and who's the other one?
Fogler is in The Walking Dead.
And who's the voice of
Josh
Gad
Gad
is
is the
the
voice
snowman.
of
Olaf.
Olaf.
I'm Olaf. Let's have a hug.
He's also in the Beauty and the Beast live action remake.
Right. And
I'm
it's
Olaf
Broadway.
Boo.
Yeah.
See you next,
Next week we're doing Toy Story 2.
Until next time.
See you next week. I got nothing.
Come
guys.
on.
Close the toy
See you
box.
later, partner.
Put your toys
Close
away.
the
How
toy
about that?
box. Mandy's dad
There's
got
a
kicked to death
snake
by
in
a
it.
mule.
That's the one.
So do it.
Don't get kicked by a mule.